the camera's got a fresh battery in it. I hope it's fresh. Yeah. And now I guess we just start putting on some elbows here and see what in the world we're going to end up with. So, yeah. Well, kind of. Finger fit stuff together for now, and it may not need more than a close nipple. I'm just basically going to set these things, these L's up against each other, and I had the other one. What did I do with it? Set it down here somewhere. Oh, it's a coupler. And a coupler. Alright. Not sitting on it. I'd have felt that. There we are. The other one. Well, let's just go with this close nipple first. Which of course is in cellophane. A trusty old pocket knife, which I put down here so I wouldn't have to go digging in my pants again, except being an old fart, I forgot that I had done that. Okay, there we go. Let's see if I can do this. I'm just going to dry fit these things together for now. And the gin has another little burr on it. Okay, and I got a 10-incher, and I got a coupler, and I'm going to need something less than 6 inches, which means another trip back to the home improvement store. Okay, well, let's see. Unless I can do a coupler and a short nipple here. 1.5 inches, and I'm just a wee bit short, of course. Okay, well, if I change this out to a 12, what do I got? I should measure that just so I know what I'm dealing with. But it looks like if I draw that up tight, that might give me a pretty good alignment here. I can get those things close together on that short nipple, I should be able to get an alignment let's see, if I go, yeah, I should probably go get my measuring tape and just see how far I've got to go here, because 10 and what is that, about a 2.5 is not enough. I'm gonna have to go 3.5, or we can go 12 and maybe use one of these short ones, but let me just go get my tape measure, see how much distance I have to cover here, and do it that way. All right. 15 inches. So a 12, a union, and where'd you go? And that little piece here is a 2-inch. So if I got a 12, a union, and a 2, let's just see how that comes out. Let's just kind of fit this together. The union adds some length to the equation. And there we go. It could come out. Pretty close. By the time we draw it down, it's not going to be, we're going to need a longer, a 2.5, because we got to draw that in. I should probably go, because it is 12 inches. As you can see, but you got to figure the thread's got to go into the pipe a certain distance, and you know, get so that it seals up properly. So I probably ought to have, instead of a 2-inch, I should have a 2.5 or a 3. So I need to take back this 10-inch, get a 12, get a 2.5 and a 3 just to be on the safe side. And then I can take back, let's see, I keep this little 1.5 one here, not that much money. I don't need the 6, I don't need the 10. I need a 12 and a, let's see. Need a 12 and a 2.5 or a 3, so this is 10 inches. So if I say 2 inches, get gets me down to there, just roughly the top of that. And that's a 2-incher. So I'm really just two and a half. Thinking if I change that to change this to 12, and that'll get me to the top of that, and then by the time I draw this all down, I'm going to need to be another 1/2 inch anyway. Get a 2.5 and a 3 just for, change that to 12. Get a 2.5 and a 3, and with that coupler in there, that should line us up pretty stinking close. And I draw that down all the way to move the L that way. It should line up pretty good. Alright, so another trip to the home improvement store. Change this for a 12 to give back the 6. I don't need that other union. Yeah, what the heck. Couldn't cost that much. I guess I'd keep that. I don't need these pieces though, taking up space. And go get a 2.5 and a 3 just to be in the general vicinity. And yeah, we'll keep the 1/2 inch black coupler. We're keeping that little nipple piece, and yeah, alright, so another trip to the thing, get a 12, get 2.5 and 3, just kind of be on the safe side. And because I still have to tighten that yet, and that'll draw up further, so maybe the 3 is going to be really the closer, the 2. Did I tighten down these? Let's see where I'm at with tightening. I think I did. Looks like I did this one. Open that puppy up a wee bit more. Yeah, we're tight there. So it's just that distance. And it might work. So we don't need this one, we're a little short. Take that out. We've got the coupler. And we'll keep that, especially since the wrapping's off of it. Okay, right, I am back with a pocket full of nipples. Hopefully 2.5, 3, 3.5, somewhere in there ought to make up the difference I'm looking for. And I don't know at point that a nipple becomes a piece of pipe. I would think 12 inches, but I guess because it's prefab, it's still called a nipple. So, well, let's see what we got here now. We got our 12-inch come down from the jog in the pipe up there. That's get that placed in and see what we're looking like. And if we put a coupler on there, what are we looking at? We're looking at 2.5 inches, which is the smallest one I got. So I guess I'll end up with a couple of little leftovers. 2.5. And I don't know, like I said, these all have to be drawn up a little tighter, so I might have to go to the 3-inch, but yeah, we're still a wee bit off, so we got to draw up those elbows, get that tighter, and we might just have something that lines up. 2.5, yeah, I might go to the 3. Time we pull everything up tight. Yeah, there we go again. Getting all dopey. Yeah, I'm thinking that's probably gonna have to go back where that was. And, feeling dopey. So, well, let's see. We gotta pull this apart. And I doped that up a little prematurely. Alright, well, we'll use the pipe as a leverage. Oh, not before I dope it all up. And I'm getting dopey again. Fart sticks. Alright, yeah. Shouldn't be in there that tight. We'll get this on there to back that out. Wrong way, dummy. Go this way to undo it. There we go. Alright, let's get all dopey again. What do you say? Dopey, dopey, dopey. Hopefully I can draw this all tight, get that difference made up. Okay, where did I put it? Here we go. Since this end's already got dope on it, let's use that. Yeah. got a little bit of lubrication on there. Goes in a little bit further. Okie, now artichoke. See if we can't get these two drawn up close, which is, I think, the intent of this little nipple. It's called a close nipple. So more adjustment on that. These things drawn up as close as we can. Yeah, let's see. What are we looking like? We're looking like we might have a fit. Alright, well, let's dope up that into the pipe again. Maybe a little ahead of myself the last time. Make sure I'm getting it on there. On back side. Alright. So, get that twisted up in there, and not just use it. It's not tight quite up yet. It's more for an alignment. Oof. Fluxing in the pipes there. I think that's just going to line up just real nice. Real nice. Almost looked like a professional did it. And what do we got here? No way. Yeah, we can measure, I guess. Yeah, time we draw that up, that 2.5 might not be too far from being the one we want. Alright, so let's go ahead and spin that sucker around, Get it tightened up and lined up, and yeah, maybe we'll just leave that in there for. We can see where we're at lined wise. But we gotta get the pipe wrench. Oh-de-do. We didn't really tighten it up into the gas valve yet either, so need to make sure that we're tightened up in there. Maybe we can get another. Oops. Run out of room here with the furnace. Need another half turn out of this thing. And fingers are back in the dope. Okay, looks like we're about there. We got playing these pipes that we might just get an alignment out of this thing. Alright, now let's see, what do we say? I think the 2.5 is going to do it. Yeah, we got to draw that 12-inch up and a coupler up on that, so let's go ahead and get those ends dopey. Got a lot on the brush that time. I guess it's better to have more than not enough. You don't want any leaks. Don't want any gas leaks, no, regardless of where the gas is coming from. And I've got several people that will attest to that. Oh, and I'm probably being a little anal on getting the dope on this thing, but alright. Now we'll again tighten from the coupler since we got to get both of those connections tightened anyway. We'll just tighten it up until So one stops and the other one doesn't until it does, and then they should both be tight at that point. Yeah, still got more to go. Well, yeah, I got a whole bunch of dope gathering up on that connection up there. I think we're about where we need to be. Yeah, that feels good. Alrighty. And where did that leave us? Pretty much the 2.5. So let's go. Two and a half. Have to pick the right one that time, right off the bat. And cellophane, or whatever the heck it is. Alright. This time I remembered I left a knife down here. And I'm going to have it all oily now from being so dopey. Should be the last piece of cellophane that I have to deal with. So, alright, this is where the coupler comes into play. And you know what? Dry fit it first. What do you say? It might. Yeah, I think we'll be all right. I think we'll be all right. So let's go ahead and get dopey with this thing. See how dopey I can get my fingers. Threads filled up here. Looks dopey. pretty dopey. Maybe that's where the term came from. Pretty dopey. And you're working with the stuff. Oop. Okay. Pretty dopey. Come on, just a wee bit more. Am I doing that right? And hopefully just a wee bit. Well, if it don't leak, I think, by George, I've got it. Plenty of dope on the joints. The only thing in question is the seating of this union. And it feels like it's on there pretty square. Well, all right. See what we got here. Turn it to pilot to ignite the pilot. Let me get around the other side here now. Tripping over the leftovers. And down down in here, give this a little squeeze and open this up. Down in here, under this flap of insulation, is a little window. You can look in there, and you hold this pilot button down. That allows the gas to flow into the pilot. It's a little piezoelectric starter here. Snap that, and we can see the pilot is now burning. And once the thermocouple heats up, that'll allow the thermostat in here to open up the main gas into the burner, and the flame will come on and the water will start heating. This term thermocouple, okay, well, just to make sure that it's still lit, it's still burning. Okay, so that's ready to go. We'll just go ahead and close this now. The thermocouple, make sure that the pilot flame is lit. It heats up from the pilot flame and sends a indication to here that it is lit, and that's a safety factor, so that if the pilot should go out for any reason, the thermostat, when it senses the water's too cold, won't open the main valve, flood the place with gas, and potentially cause the house to explode. So if your hot water heater stops working, the first thing to do is check, see if the pilot's lit. If the pilot's not lit and it's been set to on and at a particular heat setting, low, high, or hot, very hot, and this one says, then chances are a thermocouple's gone bad, and that needs to be replaced, so that when you restart the pilot, it'll send the signal to here, and then this will allow the gas to flow and start the burner burning, heat the water again. So yeah, that's how this mechanism works. So that's the end of this. We see the how to replace a piece of copper, which is not allowed by code in most places, be replaced with black iron pipe, which is the code. And now this connection is compliant with the building code. And it took a little while, but it's not very complicated, just some measuring, some thinking, and something that if you want to try to tackle, I'd say go ahead and tackle it. If you should find yourself in this situation here where somebody's hooked it up and hasn't gone according to code, because when you go to sell your house and have somebody has it inspected, something like that copper connection is going to show up as a red flag, and it's going to have to be fixed before you can sell your house. So if you got the situation, you might as well just correct it when you can get around to it, and save yourself a little delay in the resale of your property. Okay, one project down. A whole bunch of more to do on this old house of mine.